Arcane Season 2 came out recently-ish.
It came out a month ago. You're late.
Anyway, I thought, being the self-centered person that I am, also I just knocked my hand into the desk, that hurt. I thought, what if I was in there, right? So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna put myself in Arcane. I'm gonna draw myself in the style of Arcane. I'm gonna draw, okay. This is a bad intro. On with the video! Okay, since everyone and their mother has already made a style guide for Arcane, I'll just quickly go over what I think are the most important bits. First of all, obviously, as everyone points out, the highlight just around the eye bags, these things. However, there's another one that I think a lot of people neglect, and that is this one right here around the nose. And the reason for these two highlights is because oil collects around here and here, so it becomes more shiny naturally. And another thing to bear in mind is that most, if not all, the characters have very strong jaw lines, and also notably a line going across here which catches the light very often. Here, and very thick eyebrows. Another thing that Arcane does is the highlights in the eyes. There's 3 of them, and they always look like this. The eyes aren't actually reflecting the environment as they do in real life. Right? That's not happening in the show. They've just pasted a texture on top of the eyes to fool you into thinking they are. A cool trick that they do when someone dies is they remove the reflection from the eye to make it look more dead. They generally have at least 2 light sources, if not 3 or more. One coming from the front, right here, for example, that is more soft, and a second one coming from the side, which is what we call a rim light. It's an easy way to make your drawings look like they have more form. Obviously, these are 3D models, so if you really wanted to make an arcane looking piece, you would make a 3D model of it first and then throw in some 2D elements after. But you can fake it. There's not much else to say. The hair, they'll generally have a big flat strand of hair, and then they'll sort of like separate it up into smaller shapes, segments, which is just a solid way to draw hair in general, or paint. If you really want to draw something and make it look like it's from Arcane, the secret lies in throwing belts everywhere. They're just all over the place. You know, I thought I knew how many belts there were on these characters, but no, there's even more than I anticipated, right? This seems like an excessive amount of straps. Regardless, belts and sort of like Victorian-esque looking clothing, unless you're Jinx or Vi, in which case your outfit looks like it was stolen from the set of Pirates of the Caribbean. Now, draw! So if you haven't seen Arcane Season 2 yet, this is your warning in case I inadvertently spoil anything, but I'll try to not spoil anything major. So in universe, it seems to me that there are 3 jobs you can have, 3 labor positions you can be in. Whatever, you can be 3 things. You can be homeless, violent, or a mechanic of some kind. And even though it is overbearingly likely that I would be homeless, I like to imagine that Arcane me is smarter than I am. So I went with mechanic as what I imagined I would do in there. Since art is, although it is definitely present, for example, in Echo's murals and such like, but again, Echo is also a mechanic, so, you know, but my thinking was, since, you know, everyone is so in universe, everyone's stuff is very decorated, like how Jinx graffitis her tech, or the Fireflies have all their stuff. It's a very art-driven city. So my thinking for me in universe was that I sort of like repair stuff, but also if you want me to, I'll throw in a decoration or 2. So I just drew like a neutral headshot of me. And then also, or painted a neutral headshot of me. And then threw in also sort of a shot of me in my workshop, looking at some stuff. I was thinking of doing a more fleshed out background, but then I didn't really think it needed it. Honestly, it might detract from the mood to render it too much. So let me know what you think. Did I nail it or did I fail it? I hope I nailed it, but it's not perfect. I don't have the time to render it as well as they do in the show, so there's some black lines and stuff, but I think I got pretty close. Unfortunately, I was a huge idiot and accidentally tried to record the rest of the time-lapse, you know, the time-lapse of my drawing, my camera, instead of my screen, for the whole rest of the time. So, you know, I've got a bunch of footage of me just looking forward. Is that something you guys are interested in? But yes, so all you really get is the final product right here. I know, terrible, I'm sorry, but shut up. Sorry, didn't mean that. Love you. Cool, done. Serendipitously, that's all the time I have today to make a video, so I guess thank you very much for watching. It's much appreciated. Press the like button or... Love you.